No, well,
Max, you ever been to a Baptist church, Max? You ever been to a Baptist church?
What's that?
You ever been to a Baptist church?
I have not been. I haven't been to a Baptist church, nor have I been to
A church.
many places of worship. I have been in churches, yes.
Yes, he has. But Max, you understand what me and Jay are saying, though, right?
I sure do, Key.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to get you in trouble. Don't worry. You're good. You're safe. You're with us. You're with us.
We have certain cover on this show.
Yeah, you got
we
covered.
do.
Certain issues.
All the way
He's
around.
with us. You know.
So
How was last night for you guys? Or yesterday, better yet.
Yesterday was interesting.
And you, Maxer?
yes, I just worked
What
all
happened
day and went to
yesterday?
sleep, man.
Max, what happened? What did I say yesterday?
I don't know. You tell me what you said yesterday. I don't know.
On what?
What?
What do you mean? What did you say yesterday?
Jay asked me.
No, he's saying he's done so many shows, Key. You know what I mean? By the end of the day, you have no
Like
idea.
like by the time we get
I
off
thought you
our,
meant what
our
Jay said
conference
yesterday. I was
call in
about
the
to say.
afternoon, I've been going for 12 straight hours. I don't know. I have dinner and I go to sleep. Right? Like I don't know what I did yesterday.
Jay, you said
be
what did you
stirring the
say
pot.
yesterday?
That's why, Max.
No, you said what did you say yesterday? I'm like, what did you say?
No, you're not. Yes, you are.
You know what LeBron James said?
No, what
Guys
you gonna
are
tell
weird.
me?
What LeBron James said? He said he is disappointed by losing out on Kyrie Irving. He was talking to our very own Michael Wilbon. But his, quote, focus is shifted. Listen to this.
Definitely disappointed. I can't sit here and say I'm not disappointed on not being able to land such a talent, but someone that I had great chemistry with and know I got great chemistry with on the floor that can help you win, championships in my mind, in my eyes. But my focus is shifted now. My focus is shifted back to where it should be, and that's this club now and what we have in the locker room.
Interesting, Jay.
I mean, that's what it should be, though, right? I mean, as a player, as a competitor, when there is an asset available that you really want, you throw your hat in the ring and you give it a real shot. You go for it. And if you don't get it, all right, well, the basketball gods aren't going to have it work out. So if it's not going to work out, I can't cry over spilt milk. All I could do is focus on what's in front of me and the team that I have currently and keep trying to get back on track and see what else is out there so we can try to find a way to get to the playoffs and win it this year.
No, it just is so funny how 5 years ago that relationship seemed to be, sour to a whole nother level. And now LeBron James is so disappointed they didn't get Kyrie. So the hatchet is completely buried clearly, right? Because it was this whole, could he play with him? How would he be able to, not necessarily control him, but get him to fall in line, all of those sort of things. But it certainly seems like LeBron James had his heart set on getting Kyrie, and for whatever reasons, the Lakers or the Nets or whoever didn't make it happen.
It reminds me in a way, like I'd love to see them reunite in L.A., and maybe it could still happen next year.
Oh, it's going to happen in the
this
offseason.
summer.
But
summer, right, Jay?
My mind goes right to Kobe and Shaq in the sense that, and they accomplished more as Lakers, of course, and Kobe, I think it was necessary for him to get away from Shaq just to show, look, I could be the lead dog and win multiple championships. But I think you never know how good you got it, right? Like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I could do this. And then you go off on your own and you go, wait a minute, I had it pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to see LeBron and Kyrie do what Kobe and Shaq couldn't the way things worked out, which is get back together at some point and win a championship on the Lakers and
Max,
come full circle.
Think about the tie here, right? Who was Kyrie's mentor? Kobe. Where did Kobe play? L.A. LeBron's in L.A. And I think the thing that kind of centers around all this is I think Kyrie has a lot of perspective on how difficult it was for LeBron to do what LeBron has done. And I think at the time, Kyrie trying to find himself and the whole kid thing and just where they were and how the media kind of put them against each other to a degree and how they let that fizz out their relationship. I think there's so much more appreciation now for all the stops that Kyrie has had and also for what LeBron has been able to do where you look back on it and you say, damn, like, yeah, that was it. Let's see if we can rekindle that fire.
Well, LeBron's had as many stops it feels like as Kyrie, but you also
he won chips though at every stop.
No, I know, but like you say though, when you are away from somebody for a period, for a period of time, Jay, you kind of, it's not you miss them, you just know, okay, we really had it good. We're also more mature now than we were. Regardless if Kyrie is younger than LeBron, they both have matured in different ways. So now they can look at things with a different mindset, different perspective. And it's not, okay, I'll pat you on the top of your head, so now I'm disrespecting you based on what some damn media is saying. No, this is the way it was. I wasn't never really disrespecting you. I just was frustrated at you at times because you got everything in you, but we couldn't get it out of you to help us win multiple championships. And, you get all that sort of stuff going, and you reflect on the times that you had together.
Two things about that, guys. One, youth is wasted on the young, because when you're young, you don't know what you don't know,
yep.
right? Like, so Kyrie didn't know what he didn't know, and then he went around the block a couple times. It's like, okay, man, I wish I could talk to that young guy, right? And from LeBron's point of view, he's a basketball fan. He turns on the TV and watches Kyrie and goes, like the rest of us, damn, what I could do with that, right?
I mean, now the question is, if you're the Lakers, and Key, you're a diehard Laker fan, would you rather make a move and give up a pick and try to get Russell Westbrook off the books and maybe give up Austin Reeves in a deal where you try to go for a guy like Fred VanVleet that can help your team? It may not get you to a championship game, but that's a legit player now that can shoot the lights out of the ball, and he's one of the most underrated players in the league now.
Where's his contract at, Jay?
I don't know exactly where it's at, but I mean, he signed like $100+ million deal.
He wants to make sure he can sign Kyrie in the offseason.
But exactly. He can find a way to work it out.
I don't want to mess around with.
So for you, do you stand pat?
Because what we got right now, we can
stand
be
pat.
Right now, we could be the 6th seed. We can wind up being the 5th seed, 6th seed, right? Somewhere in there, and then go home in a round or two and look to the summer. No matter what they do right now, Jay, and you know this because this is what you do for a living, there's not a championship Laker team out there right now, no matter who you get, right? Because the pieces that you're not getting Tatum, so it's not going to happen, right? Like, you're not getting Kevin Durant, so it's not going to happen. You're not getting Steph Curry.
Yep.
You're not getting 2 LeBron Jameses. So whatever you do, you're probably not going to win a championship this year.
And they knew that all year, really. Come on. How could they not know that, right? Looking at the roster.
But
it is about
Max,
next year.
I don't think it's just about next year, man. There's not that much of a big gap between like 3rd place and like 10th place.
Yeah.
Well, it's it's the team, though, Jay.
I hear you. And look,
but there's an opportunity.
I think Denver is probably the best team in the West right now. They're playing like it. I think you got Sack that is having one heck of a year. Golden State will be there if Steph can get healthy. I think their team's contending, but it does feel like if you're the Lakers, you're like, if we just hit a run, if we just get hot at a certain time, it's possible.
Hey, you want to hear Jason Kidd, Mavs head coach, of course, because they're the ones who actually got Kyrie, at least for the time being, on his relationship with Kyrie Irving? Here it is.
Kai came to my Hall of Fame induction, and so we have a relationship. He's all about basketball. He wants to win, and he wants to be coached. And this is, a great opportunity for me to have someone like this to help, to split my time between those two and the rest of the team. It's a great challenge, and it should be fun.
See. So Kyrie loves Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd has a completely different personality than Steve Nash. Jason Kidd will say things to your face. He'll be direct with you. He's not shying away from confrontation at all. And the other missing link in this whole thing is Nico Harris, who is the GM of the Dallas Mavericks. Like, he was an executive at Nike, and he had a very good relationship with Kyrie for the longest time. So I think the way they're going about this yesterday, when you saw Nico Harris, pick up Kyrie from the airport, he's with Mark Cuban, getting him on the same page with Luka from the beginning is key for this, because this is a 3-month, 4-month window now where we just said that the West is wide open. You can't tell me that's not one of the most dynamic backcourts there is in the league. They may not be great defensively, but they're going to try to outscore you offensively, and that puts pressure on you defensively.
Yeah, and when you talk about the relationship with Nico, former executive at Nike, when Kyrie was under the deal several years ago prior to taking the general manager job with the Mavericks, is extremely important. And you know how that is from a grassroots standpoint, Jay. When you have been dealing with somebody in the shoe industry for such a long time, and you have this relationship, and you have a relationship with the head coach, things are different. You didn't necessarily have a relationship with some of the other people at the Brooklyn Nets that coached you or was in the front office to the degree that you have with these gentlemen here. So it could work itself out the way that they envision it. That's why they hit the ground running, picking guy up. Those car rides go a long ways in those conversations prior to those steak dinners that you get at night when they're, trying to convince you, hey, this is the right place.
And Max, this is different than Steve Nash. It was more so Sean Marks' guy. Both KD and Kyrie have said that, even though they had to sign off on it at the end of the day. So this is a guy who's had head coaching experience. I mean, just talk to Giannis about how Jason Kidd has helped him when he had his stint in Milwaukee.
Does the Kyrie Irving trade 877 say 888 say ESPN? There's so many.
It's a new number.
So many numbers.
It's changed.
I think that 877 may have been the old ESPN LA number we asked to give out something. I don't know. I got that in my head. 888 say ESPN. 888-729-3776. Does Kyrie Irving, does the trade signal the end of the Big Three era in the NBA? Is it shifting? You need depth. You can't just try to go get three guys. You one or two guys and then a deeper team. 888 say ESPN. Meantime, LeBron James needs 36 points to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the all-time scoring champ. Tune in to NBA action tonight as the Lakers host the Thunder, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins at 10 p.m. Eastern on select ESPN radio stations. So the Eagles' Nick Sirianni, their head coach, says he has a chip on his shoulder after not being retained by Andy Reid in Kansas City when Reid took over there.
Uh-oh.
And he was on the staff.
Uh-oh.
Are you buying this? After Jay has this from FanDuel.
This year, the only